This video will show teachers how to use the new Turnitin integration with Canvas. Turnitin is a tool that will allow you to detect plagiarism if students are submitting papers that other students have submitted to our institution, and there's also an AI probability detector, which we'll talk more about in just a moment. So the first thing you'll want to do is open up Canvas and create a new assignment. Click on Edit. Scroll down to where it says Submission Type. You do need to select an online submission type and a file upload. From there, students will be able to submit something from their Google Drive or something they've downloaded to their computer and turn it in directly to Canvas. Once you've clicked on File Uploads, you'll be able to see here where it says Plagiarism Review. Select Turnitin-CPF. From there, you'll have some options that you can select. You can choose whether or not you want the file to be stored in our repository for our institution, meaning all the papers that have been submitted to Shakopee's Turnitin account. Generally speaking, I would leave that on. Then you can choose what you want to compare those submissions against. Check which ones you want. And then for the similarity report, you can choose to exclude certain items or use a grammar checking tool as well. And then at the bottom, if you want to use those settings over and over again, you can save those as the default, and that will show up every time you open up this Turnitin window. Then you can select whether or not you want students to be able to see their report. And when it says immediately, it does take a few minutes to process. Depending on the length of the paper, it can take up to like an entire class period, for example. So keep that in mind if you're having students submit during class. You can also select to have it after it's been graded or after the due date or never. So students would not see that report. When you have everything selected as you would like, scroll down and save your assignment. Now let's take a look at what it looks like from a student's perspective. They're going to upload an assignment. They can either click to upload a file on their computer or click on More. I'm going to upload something directly from my Google Drive. So I submitted a longer academic paper here just to give you a better example. However, I have already turned it in to our institution, so it's saying that the similarity score is very similar to another paper that's been turned in elsewhere. I'm going to take a look at that report. There's a lot of different things that I can see within the report from a student's perspective. So I can see that a student paper has submitted this before to Shakopee. I can also see that portions of my paper have been submitted to another institution. Then I can go down this list and look at my citations and see, if I properly cited them, for example, or quoted them or paraphrased them using this breakdown here. I can choose to filter things out if I would like as well. And again, that's kind of what it looks like from a student's perspective. From a teacher's perspective, they'll want to go to the speed grader for the assignment. And then you will see this number here, which you can click on. It's going to take you to that very same report. You'll see pretty much the exact same thing a student would see, with the exception of this AI detection here. Now, if you hover over it, it will say, caution, low scores have a higher likelihood of false positives. So the 9% here, AI, which this paper was 100% human generated, is pretty low. If you see this number being a very high number, it is very likely that it is AI, but it's a conversation starter, not ironclad. It is difficult to detect AI, and it continues to get better and better. So far, it's been pretty accurate in determining what is and is not AI generated. So that's just about everything you need to know to get started in creating a Turnitin assignment on Canvas.